My thumb hovered over the send button. My heart pounded in my chest. This was crazy, but I had to do it. With a deep breath, I hit send. I still love you, the message read. Instantly, a wave of nausea washed over me. What had I done? I threw my phone on the couch as if it had burned me. My eyes darted around the room, unable to focus. The silence was deafening. Each tick of the clock seemed to amplify my anxiety. I could feel my pulse in my ears, a constant reminder of the gravity of my actions. I had just bared my soul in a few simple words, and now there was no turning back. The room felt smaller, the walls closing in as I waited for a response that might never come. I tried to distract myself, but my mind kept replaying the moment I hit send. What if she didn't feel the same way? What if this ruined everything? The questions swirled in my head, each one more terrifying than the last. I glanced at the clock, its hands moving painfully slow, each second stretching into an eternity. I needed to get out of my own head, but the weight of uncertainty was crushing. I stood up, pacing the room, hoping that movement might ease the tension. But nothing helped. I was trapped in a prison of my own making, and the only key was a reply that might never come.
Rahul's thoughts raced as the seconds turned into minutes, each one feeling like an eternity. He couldn't shake the feeling of dread that had settled in his stomach. The room seemed to grow colder, the silence more oppressive. He tried to focus on anything else, but his mind kept drifting back to the message. What if she was reading it right now? What if she was composing a reply? The anticipation was unbearable. He checked his phone again, but there was nothing. No new messages, no missed calls. Just the same empty screen staring back at him. He felt a pang of regret, wondering if he had made a terrible mistake, but deep down, he knew he had to take the chance. He had to know if there was still a spark, still a chance for them, and so he waited, each second a test of his resolve. The clock continued its relentless march, each tick a reminder of the uncertainty that lay ahead. Rahul took a deep breath, trying to steady his nerves. He knew that whatever happened next, he had done all he could. Now it was up to fate.
Minutes crawled by. My phone remained silent. Doubt began to creep in. Why did I think this was a good idea? He probably moved on long ago. I was foolish to think he still felt anything for me. I paced back and forth, my leg bouncing nervously. The silence was unbearable. I couldn't take it anymore. I snatched my phone, ready to turn it off, to make the agonizing wait stop. Every second felt like an eternity. I kept glancing at the clock, hoping for some sort of distraction. But time seemed to mock me. The room felt smaller, the air thicker. My thoughts spiraled, each one darker than the last. What if he never calls? What if this was all a mistake? I tried to calm myself, taking deep breaths, but it was no use. The uncertainty was suffocating. I needed an answer, any answer, just to end this torment. My finger hovered over the power button, trembling. I hesitated, torn between the need for closure and the fear of finality. What if I missed his call? What if he was trying to reach out right now? The internal battle raged on, each side pulling me in opposite directions. I felt trapped in a loop of indecision, unable to break free.
Rahul's anxiety grew with each passing second, the weight of his decision bearing down on him. He couldn't shake the feeling that he was on the brink of something monumental, yet terrifying. The stakes felt impossibly high, and the pressure was almost too much to bear. He sat with his head in his hands, trying to make sense of his emotions. The phone felt like a ticking time bomb, each second bringing him closer to an unknown fate. He knew he had to make a choice, but the fear of making the wrong one paralyzed him. The room was silent, but his mind was a cacophony of doubts and fears. He took a deep breath, steeling himself for whatever came next.
As I stared at my phone, I couldn't help but feel a wave of nostalgia wash over me. It was as if the device in my hand was a portal to the past, bringing back moments I thought I had long forgotten. Memories flashed before my eyes. Our first date, his infectious laugh, the way he looked at me with those eyes that seemed to see right through my soul, the way he used to hold me, making me feel safe and cherished. Every touch, every glance, it all came rushing back. My heart ached with longing. It was a bittersweet pain, a reminder of what once was and what could never be again. Had I made a huge mistake? The question gnawed at me, refusing to let go. Regret is a powerful emotion, one that can consume you if you let it. Maybe it was better not to know. Sometimes ignorance truly is bliss. The unknown can be a sanctuary, a place where hope still exists. Maybe silence was the answer. In the quiet there is a certain peace, a resignation that allows you to move forward. Just as I was about to throw my phone across the room again, it buzzed. The sudden vibration jolted me out of my reverie. My heart leapt into my throat. What could it be? Who could it be? The anticipation was almost unbearable.
The moment of truth had arrived. The seconds ticking by felt like an eternity, and Rahul's emotions were a whirlwind of hope and fear. He knew that whatever happened next could change everything.
It was him.
My fingers trembled as I unlocked my phone.
I was just thinking about you, his message read.
My heart skipped a beat.
He wasn't angry.
He wasn't laughing at me. Another message popped up.
Maybe we could give us another try.
Tears welled up in my eyes.
Could this be real?
Was it possible that he still cared? We talked for hours that night.
It felt like no time had passed at all.
The connection was still there, stronger than ever.
We decided to meet up, to see if we could recapture what we had lost.
As I hung up the phone, a wave of hope washed over me.
Maybe this was a new beginning.
Maybe love deserved a second chance.
Maybe, just maybe, everything was going to be all right.